Hi everyone, my name is Tom. I'm from Leaware. I'm today with Adam.
Hello.
Hi Adam. Adam is our lead developer in Trooper.be project. Trooper is very successful startup. You can watch in other movies how Trooper is going on now. And today with Adam we will talk about technical side of developing Trooper.be project. And let's start. Okay, so question number one. Adam, we are involved in Trooper development since 2016, so it's now around 3 years.
Yeah.
And we know that the development, the approach to development, especially that Trooper started 3 years ago, was totally different than it's now. And can you tell us from your perspective as a developer how it was 3 years ago and how it is now?
Yes. 3 years ago we were supposed to launch the application in order to check whether the business model will work out for the client and if we will get a lot of associations that will want to present themselves on Trooper.be website and to gather extra monies for associations.
Okay, so it was like we started with Lisa. We had lean startup approach, and the first goal was to validate if we can have an traction, if business model is correct, and if associations will be interested in boarding on Trooper platform. Trooping, exactly. And it changed during this time. So if you can tell us how it is now, because I suppose that in the beginning the most important was to check the business model, so the stability of the platform, the situation that we have no bugs on production. It wasn't the most important. We had also quite small budget, but now when we have today more than 4,000 associations, so it grown a lot. We know that it is quite different. So how it is now?
The approach to development was changed significantly because like you said, the application was very small at the beginning. We had just registration of associations and login to dashboard and rendering just basic statistics. Right now we have rankings, we have other formulas that allows troopers and super troopers to participate in the project. So the application is growing. Also we have now 2 instances of servers and at the beginning we have very little resources for the server utilities. We had only 1 instance. We had local storages. Right now we use Azure cloud services with the all assistant of Azure and all features that helps us to host application correctly.
Okay, and I also know that now we have 3 or maybe even more environments. So we have testing, staging, production, and it is very, very important that we do not roll out anything on production what could be unstable. So what wasn't issue in the beginning, because everyone was aware that stabilization is not the goal then, but now it is crucial. Crucial
exactly.
thing,
it's crucial because back then we had publishments like it was done instantly, like in 2 or 3 minutes. Right now, when we launch new version, since this year we put the application offline. We work at night in order not to lose some transactions for users. Yeah, and this is the final of the publishment process. Before that, we have testing, that our tester tests the new features and the database consistencies. And later we publish it to staging for our client to decide whether is she happy with the result or not. And the last step is swapping the staging with production.
Okay, good. Okay, great. So, thank you very much for the answer. Okay, so now question number 2. Even now, when we have so many associations and we know that it will grow in the future, it grows every day, yeah, the amount of people who are using the platform, we know that still this is very dynamic work, yeah, that Lisa, who is the owner of the Trooper, need to have many things, features, many things also change during the time, yeah, the APIs with affiliation programs, other things, so it's still very dynamic stuff. And we are not involved only in pure development, but also we help to connect the technical side of the project with the business side of the project. And can you tell us a bit about this process, how it looks like now?
Yeah, the cooperation with Elizabeth is always the most important for the project, because she has a lot of ideas that will help Trooper grow. But we have limited time, of course, so we have to decide which feature should be developed and published first before other. Like for example, we have some APIs that will deprecate in June, so we have to publish a new version, adjust the approach to gathering transactions. But there are also other features like communication to users that Elizabeth wants to improve, that we also want to develop.
Okay, great. So thank you very much for the answer. Okay, so now question number 3, technology, but in the sense how it changed during the time. And this is very interesting and important thing, because many times we also see it in Leaware that clients come to us and we start developing project in version 1.0, and they think that in some moment the development will stop, will be finished, and during next years we will not have to do anything in the project. But because the technology is constantly changing, and of course requirements are changing, the functional, non-functional requirements, and we need to be with the project up to date. And we also saw it many times that clients come to us with projects which were developed a few years ago, and they ask us if we can overtake the development, and then we see that on the technical level in code we have many technologies which are not supported today, or they are old and they should be replaced some time ago. So refactoring is also a very important part of the whole development process when we have long-term projects. And how it is changing in Trooper, because 3 years it's quite long period of the time, and if you can tell us a bit how it was in the beginning, when as I remember it was hosted on our internal server, yeah? Can you tell us a bit?
Well, first of all, I don't think that any project will ever finish, because their owners have a lot of ideas, and in order to make their projects grow, so that's the thing that will not change. Okay, so at the beginning we have a small environment that we were hosting the application, but right now we need to scatter the approach to multiple servers
Mm-hmm.
because it's normal application lifetime. It grows. It needs more resources to provide data for users
Mm-hmm.
and for user experience in order it will be it should be fast. So we started with the MVC, which is great approach for startups and small applications.
ASP.NET,
ASP.NET
MVC.
MVC,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's small and it's a front end and a back end in one project, so it's easy to maintain. But right now we will think about the going to React and backend API for the data supply. Because it's like normal project life cycle. You start small, later you go to newer technologies in order to provide for your users some UI experience.
Okay, so as I understood in the beginning, it was more monolithic approach. So ASP.NET MVC was the right choice then.
Yeah,
It was a few years ago. But during the time, we see that we need more spreaded approach. So we need many microservices using more Azure services. And this is why we decided to switch from ASP.NET MVC to React.
Yeah.
Also, we use more and more services in Azure, especially when some of them were not available 3 years ago.
Exactly.
And now it's many more of them available, so we can use them. And instead of developing something custom and losing time, we can use ready solutions which can help a lot in the project, and the whole solution is more stable. It's easier to scale it up, and we are let's say much more safe in case of any peaks like Black Friday or something like this.
That's the main purpose. We will eventually go to microservices, and we want to also introduce the domain-driven design and the DDD with the.
It was the next question. So let's go to the next one. So the next question about the future. From the designing, collecting requirements side. What kind of approach we use then through the architecture. And ending on development. So what kind of approach we have here? Requirements. Regarding requirements, now we some time ago we started to using BDD approach.
Yes. We used the BDD approach for gathering customer requirements and to write the documentation that lives with the project and that can be tested automatically. But we are heading to the domain-driven design because it's very scalable.
And why one domain-driven design?
It's very scalable and easy to maintain because we are then focused on every domain in the
business domain.
On the whole project. So we can easily maintain the whole project, and also with the microservices we can scale the service that hosts the current domain that needs more resources. So transactions are the biggest domain in the Trooper, so we will scale it up, but other domains like users or shops are smaller, so they can use smaller hosting plans. So it is very scalable, very easy configurable for us for publishment.
Okay, so we moved from one, let's say, domain, maybe not even domain, but from one monolithic approach to domain-driven design. So we have different business domains like transactions, users, points, associations.
Rankings,
Yeah, they are
yeah.
divided, and we can scale each of domain separately. So it's much easier to have control from the requirement side, business side, but also technical side over whole project.
Yeah.
And if in the future we'll have to replace, I don't know, invoicing system with one with another, it will be much easier because it is separated from other domains. Yeah.
Yes.
So
This approach also allows us to optimize hosting costs because the Azure is not free for now for Trooper. It was, but right now the Trooper grows. And
because Trooper was involved in some program from Microsoft, and they had some
It was Bespark license, so we had some credits. But right now the credits are extended, so it's easy to. It will be easy with this approach to optimize also costs for each microservice.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so we have all answers on questions we prepared for today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed for the next successes of Troopers. Next features. We know that there are very, very big plans around Troopers, so we can't talk about them, but we believe that amount of associations on the platform will blow
our minds.
Our minds, yeah. So it will be, very, very nice months, years are ahead of us. So let's see what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.